All India Radio presents Morning News. Good morning, I am Valsa Williams. The headlines. Prime Minister Narendra Modi leads the nation in paying tributes to martyrs of Pulwama attack, says perpetrators of dastardly attack will not be spared. Government convenes all-party meeting in New Delhi today over Pulwama attack. US extends support to New Delhi's right to self-defense and offers full cooperation in confronting terrorism. ED attaches assets worth over 4 crore rupees of Robert Vadra's company Skylight Hospitality and others in Bikaner land scam case. US President Donald Trump declares national emergency to construct wall along Mexico border. And in Senior National Badminton Championship, Sindhu to clash with Saina Nehwal in women's singles final in Guwahati today. Prime Minister Narendra Modi led the nation in paying tributes to the martyrs of the Pulwama attack at the Pulwama airport in New Delhi last evening, when their mortal remains were brought to the national capital from Jammu and Kashmir. Mr. Modi laid a wreath on the mortal remains of the Jawans. Home Minister Rajnath Singh received the mortal remains of 40 CRPF Jawans at the airport when they were brought in a special plane. Defence Minister Nirmala Sitaraman, Information and Broadcasting Minister Rajyavardhan Rathore, Congress President Rahul Gandhi, Delhi Chief Minister Arvind Kejriwal, Army Chief General Bipin Rawat, Air Chief Marshal B.S. Dhanoa and Navy Chief Admiral Sunil Lamba were among those who paid homage to the martyrs. The government has convened an all-party meeting in New Delhi today in view of the Pulwama attack. The parties will be briefed about the attack and the steps being taken by the government in this regard. The decision to convene the meeting was taken at a meeting of the Cabinet Committee on Security chaired by Prime Minister Narendra Modi yesterday. Later, speaking at a function in the national capital, the Prime Minister warned Pakistan that terrorist attacks like the one in Pulwama will not weaken India and those responsible will have to pay a heavy price.
हमारे वीर जवानों ने देश की रक्षा में अपने प्राणों की आहुति दी है। उनका बलिदान व्यर्थ नहीं जाएगा। पुलवामा हमले के साजिशकर्ताओं को उनके किए की सजा जरूर मिलेगी। आतंकी संगठनों और उनके आकाओं ने जो हैवानियत दिखाई है, उसका पूरा हिसाब किया जाएगा।
Addressing a public rally at Jhansi in Uttar Pradesh, Mr. Modi assured the nation that the perpetrators of the dastardly attack would not be spared. Mr. Modi said the defence forces have been given complete freedom to crack down on terrorism. Home Minister Rajnath Singh visited Jammu and Kashmir yesterday and chaired the Unified Headquarters meeting to take stock of the situation in the wake of the terror attack. Governor Satyapal Malik, Union Home Secretary Rajiv Gauba and heads of all security and intelligence agencies were present during the meeting. Addressing a press conference in Srinagar, the Home Minister said no one would be allowed to create communal disharmony in the state.
Addressing a press conference at Srinagar Technical Airport last evening, Home Minister Rajnath Singh unequivocally declared that no one shall be allowed to harm the age-old communal harmony, peace and tranquility and mutual brotherhood in Jammu or elsewhere in the state. He directed state administration to deal sternly with all such elements who try to create communal disharmony. Tariq Ratri, AIR News, Srinagar.
New Delhi has hit out at Islamabad for stating that it had no role in the Pulwama attack. External Affairs Ministry spokesperson Ravish Kumar said Jaish-e-Mohammed has claimed responsibility for the attack and the organization and its leadership are located in Pakistan. Mr. Kumar said Pakistan cannot claim that it was unaware of the presence of terror groups on its soil, as the links of such outfits to Islamabad are well known. He said Pakistan has not taken any action against terror groups despite international demands. India demanded that Pakistan should take immediate and verifiable action against terrorists and terror groups operating from territories under its control to create a conducive atmosphere in the region. The United States has told India that it supports New Delhi's right to self-defense and offered full cooperation in confronting terrorism. U.S. National Security Advisor John Bolton telephoned his Indian counterpart Ajit Doval and said the U.S. has been very clear to Pakistan on ending support to terror safe havens on their soil. Talking to news agency PTI in Washington, Bolton expressed his condolences for the Pulwama attack. Earlier, the White House and Secretary of State Mike Pompeo, in a stern message to Pakistan, asked Islamabad to immediately end its support to all terror groups and not to provide a safe haven to them. Prime Minister Narendra Modi will visit Yavatmal and Dhule in Maharashtra today to launch several development projects. Our correspondent has the details.
Minister Narendra Modi will inaugurate Eklavya Model Residential School of Nanded for tribal students. He will hand over the keys of houses constructed under the Pradhan Mantri Awas Yojana. PM Modi will also flag off Ajni-Nagpur-Pune train service through video link. In Dhule, the Prime Minister will inaugurate the Lower Panjara Medium project under the Pradhan Mantri Krishi Sinchai Yojana. He will lay foundation stone of Tulwade Jamphal Kanoli Lift Irrigation Scheme and Dhule City Water Supply Scheme. During his one-day visit to the state, PM Modi will also lay foundation stone of Dhule Nardana and Jalgaon Manmad 3rd Railway Line, besides flagging of Bhusawal Bandra Khandesh Express through video link. City Jain, AR News, Mumbai.
Chief Election Commissioner Sunil Arora reviewed the preparations for the upcoming Lok Sabha elections in Rajasthan yesterday. He held a meeting of the State Election Department in Jaipur. Mr. Arora, who is on a 2-day visit to the state, took feedback on systematic voters' education and electoral participation, EVM voter verifiable paper audit trail checking, facilities at polling stations, allotment of machines, rationalization of polling station and management of polling-related material. For quick news updates round the clock, follow us on our Twitter handle at AIR News Alerts. The Enforcement Directorate ED has attached assets worth 4 crore and 62 lakh rupees of Robert Vadra's company, Skylight Hospitality Private Limited and others in connection with the Bikaner land scam case. Robert Vadra, husband of Congress General Secretary Priyanka Vadra, had appeared before the ED in Jaipur earlier this week, along with his mother. In a statement, ED said Skylight Hospitality Limited purchased over 69-hectare fraudulent land at a cost of 72 lakh rupees and sold the same for over 5 crore rupees to Allegheny Finley's Private Limited. The company illegally generated profit of over 4 crore rupees. The agency said 4 other individuals also generated profit of over 18 lakh rupees in sale of impugned fraudulent land. The Supreme Court has directed all state governments to sensitize their police personnel about the scrapped Section 66A of the Information Technology Act so that people are not unnecessarily arrested under the provision. Section 66A of the IT Act provided for jail term to people who post offensive content online, and it was scrapped by the Apex Court in March 2015. The Apex Court yesterday also asked all the high courts to send a copy of the verdict to all the trial courts to avoid people being prosecuted under the scrapped provision. The court disposed of the application filed by an NGO alleging that people were still being prosecuted under the provision. External Affairs Minister Sushma Swaraj will be on a 4-day visit to Bulgaria, Morocco and Spain from today. Ms. Swaraj will begin her tour with a visit to Bulgaria, where she will meet with the Deputy Prime Minister and Foreign Minister of the country. The External Affairs Ministry said the two leaders will discuss bilateral, regional and global issues of mutual interest. U.S. President Donald Trump has declared a national emergency to construct a wall along the border with Mexico. The declaration will give him access to billions of dollars for the project. Speaking at the White House, Mr. Trump said he would draw the money from federal military construction and counter-drug efforts, bypassing the Congress, which approved far less money for his proposed wall than he had sought. The Democrats have described the president's move as gross abuse of power and said they would challenge his acts in the courts. Nigeria's electoral watchdog today postponed the presidential and parliamentary elections for 1 week, hours before the polls were due to open. Ahead of the polls, 66 people were killed by unidentified gunmen in Kaduna. And now news from the Senior National Badminton Championship that concludes in Guwahati today.
Star shuttlers PV Sindhu and Saina Nehwal will face each other in the women's singles summit clash, which is expected to be a thrilling encounter. Both players had also met in the last edition's final at Nagpur in 2017, with Saina beating Sindhu in that game. Saina had also outsmarted Sindhu in the Gold Coast Commonwealth Games gold medal match last year. In the men's singles title clash, two-time winner Robert Vadra will take on Asian junior champion Lakshya Sen. In men's doubles final, Pranav Jerry Chopra and Chirag Shetty will take on Arjun MR and Shlok Ramachandran, while for the women's doubles trophy, the pair of Meghna Jagampudi and Purvisha S. Ram will play against the team of Shikha Gautam and Ashwini Bhatt K. In mixed doubles, Rohan Kapoor and Kuhu Garg will meet the pair of Manu Atri and Manisha K for the title. Sabi Hassan Khan, AIR News.
Now for an overview of today's newspapers, it's over to Tanvi Taneja.
Thank you, Valsa. Outrage and response after Thursday's terror attack in Pulwama dominate the newspapers today. India unites in mourning, headlines the Hindustan Times. Firm to avenge Pulwama, government mulls options, leads the Pioneer. Full freedom to armed forces to act, the Financial Express quotes the Prime Minister in a loud and clear message. The Times of India leads with quoting the Prime Minister as saying, Army to decide time, place of response. Precision airstrikes, the favoured option, adds the paper. Congress and opposition with government, strike and attack on India's soul, the Indian Express quotes Congress President Rahul Gandhi. India tells Pakistan to take swift, verifiable action, notes the Mail today, with New Delhi summoning the Pakistani High Commissioner and demanding immediate action against Jaish-e-Mohammed leader Masood Azhar. India revokes Pakistan's most favoured nation MFN status day after terrorist strike in Jammu and Kashmir, is the Hindu's lead. The Indian Express states, may not hurt much, but sends out stern signal as India had reviewed Pakistan's MFN status after the Uri terror attack in 2016, but decided not to withdraw it. Azhar's nephew, the mastermind, notes the Hindustan Times, as top security officials suspect the mastermind behind the horrific attack to be Mohammad Umair, son of Azhar Ibrahim, who is the elder brother of JEM founder-in-chief Masood Azhar. In other news, 30 Karol Bagh hotels ordered shut for flouting fire norms, highlights the Times of India. And finally, Chandigarh girl is Air Force's first woman flight engineer, writes the Tribune, as the branch was opened to female officers last year. Flight Lieutenant Hina Jaiswal is to be part of operational helicopter units, opening a new page in aviation history. And with that, it's back to you, Valsa.
Thank you, Tanvi. And now before we end the bulletin, the headlines once again. Prime Minister Narendra Modi leads the nation in paying tributes to martyrs of Pulwama attack, says perpetrators of dastardly attack will not be spared. Government convenes all-party meeting in New Delhi today over Pulwama attack. US extends support to New Delhi's right to self-defense and offers full cooperation in confronting terrorism. ED attaches assets worth over 4 crore rupees of Robert Vadra's company, Skylight Hospitality and others in Bikaner land scam case. US President Donald Trump declares national emergency to construct wall along Mexico border, and in Senior National Badminton Championship, PV Sindhu to clash with Saina Nehwal in women's singles final in Guwahati today. With that, we end the morning news. Have a nice day.